So this whole coronavirus thing has actually two sides to the story. Some of it is good, and some of it obviously is bad. So let's talk about what is good. What is good is that because of coronavirus and the restrictions that have been placed or will be placed by governments, you will see a lot of people being quarantined at home. Hence, they will not go outside, which means they will not drive their cars, they will not use public transport, and that will improve the quality of the environment and reduce the pollution within that area, that city, that country. So this is a good thing. Um, I think that the education sector will transform itself to a complete different level because you will see a lot of kids not going to school, colleges, universities. So the college owners and university boards will decide to probably take a new route, which is online education. Previously, it was a route available, but it wasn't your major drive. I think now they would do that, and I'm sure that would drive the cost of education down to a great degree and make good education, quality education available to a lot of people. Medicine and health practice would also change. I think we would see a lot of telemedicine coming into play, people trying to meet and talk to GPs over a video conference call. So that again will change the cost of health sector and good health practices within the industry. More and more people will be encouraged to work from home, so the owners of companies will no longer have to pay large rents to occupy these big corporate buildings. So the rents will come down, and people working from home will be more enjoying flexible working hours, be among family, and spend more quality time with your family. Also give these professionals more options to engage with other skills, other assignments, hopefully. So there'll be a lot more home-based work, which is, I believe, a good thing. Because you'll be at home, you'll be consuming a lot of content, and major content providers like Netflix and the others will be forced to change their commercial models, and most likely you will see your content being delivered to you at much lesser prices than what you paid before. Your home stay or your quarantine at home would force you also to have regular food cooked at home, which is again good quality time with the family, as well as it may reduce your cost of food and social expenses that you used to have when you used to eat outside very regularly, which was cost of paying taxes at the restaurant, cost of transportation to reach the location in your car, public transport, Uber, whatever, all of that goes. So you kind of reduce your monthly expenses as well. And I think this whole environment which is being created by coronavirus and the restrictions around it will give birth to a lot of new startup ideas. The startup industry will take a phenomenal shift and try to work around concepts of businesses which are more about dealing with people while they stay at their homes and within those domains. The unfortunate part about this story, which is the bad side about this story, is that because you'll be at home, you will be online, so you would be constantly on social media, which means that you would be most likely targeted by hackers. And if they don't target you, you will definitely be targeted by fake news. So currently we spend a lot of time on social media, but we also spend a lot of time meeting people, taking opinions, learning about them, their experiences, etc. Now you'll be forced to learn everything online, which may not be necessarily true, correct, or a fact. It could be fake, or there could be a hacker trying to compromise your data in some shape or form. My worry is that while the urban society will not be affected greatly by this because the infrastructure for internet and technology is there, I think the rural community will be affected, and they would suffer because there's not enough internet infrastructure in rural areas as of now in most parts of the world, and they would suffer because they'll be short of a lot of services that they need in dire circumstances, not just for being or not just for ordering food at home, but also for other important elements of their life as well. Because you'll be staying at home, you will be socializing less, which is required. So there are already social restrictions in place that people are talking about. America is talking about it. Europe is talking about it. India is talking about it. The Middle East is talking about it. But that lesser interaction will reduce your capability to understand how to deal with real people. Because we meet real people on a day-to-day basis, we are used to mood swings, we are used to understanding what personalities are from the way they behave, the way they interact, the way they talk. Now everything is online, so we are as good as our kids who are constantly online, and those kids don't know how to interact with our grandparents when they meet them, because our grandparents and them have a generation gap. One is an online generation, another is a real touch and feel generation. So we'll end up being our kids. If this goes on for too long, we'll lose our interpersonal communication skills, which make us very important, which make us different, etc. So this online constantly being online will create us into a more robotic person than the real people that we are. Obviously, the economic outlook of this is not too interesting. So most companies should be suffering losses this year, and because of which a lot of jobs will be laid off. And that is going to be a huge challenge on how people are going to manage with their lives when such a big change will take place. And finally, what I want to share with all of you is that while we've been threatened for the last 3 or 5 years that 2 major things will change our life, 2 major things will change everything that we do, it was AI and technology, basically, blockchain, that will change our lives. We will lose so many jobs. Guess what? They didn't do nothing. And coronavirus, which is a pandemic, is changing everything that we are going to do. It's going to change the entire outlook of the industry. It's actually changing by force economy and the way we live. So for the first time in history, I am very kind of happy to share that with every major economic meltdown, it was the markets, the stock markets and economy that would correct itself. Real estate market would correct itself. This is the first time I can claim to say that I think this time around it's not just the markets that will be corrected. I think society will be corrected. I think we will change. I think we will change the way we live, the way we interact, the way we react, the way we engage, the way we behave, and our entire outlook of the future will change. Yes, we will have more technology, but I think that technology will be more prone towards finding more health, safety, comfort, knowledge, and success for us, unlike previously where we were given a lot of stories and large details about things that could happen, would happen. I think it's about time for all of us to realize that life is real and reality comes from facts that happen and not theories that are discussed. So this coronavirus outbreak is a serious, good wake-up call for all of us to realize that we need to change, and we need to change for the better. And hopefully we'll take that and we will leave this world much better than the way we found it. And that should be the objective and the learning from all of this. So I hope this video helps all of you, and all the best, and be healthy and be safe.